So good Monday morning.
Good Monday morning.
I am MPJ and this is
David?
Do we have a delay here?
No.
What?
I
Okay.
was just expecting you to say something else.
Today we're going to pair program a Reddit place clone using Firebase and React.
Because we did one episode previously where we didn't actually succeed in building much. So why not just try to build it and actually finish it? Finish it or rebuild it, I don't know.
I think we should do it from scratch, actually.
Yeah, me too. I think we will just get stuck if we try to rebuild it. And
yeah, plus I don't even know, then we have to read the old code. And one key thing with these episodes should be that you should not have to watch any other episode.
So we're going to try to build a Reddit place clone. Reddit place was this project where people could come to a site and add 1 pixel to a big canvas. And they had 1 pixel and then eventually the community would just build something out of that. We have this one thing that we should only do this for 1 hour and see if we make it. And we're going to do this. We're going to try to pair program for real. We got some pretty good suggestions that we weren't actually pair programming the last time we tried.
Pair programming increases software quality without impacting time to deliver. It is counterintuitive, but 2 people working at a single computer will add as much functionality as 2 people working separately, except that it will be much higher in quality. We actually had demonstrated that quite well in the last episode, like the last episode when we tried to do pair programming but really didn't try to do pair programming. Working on 2 separate parts of the project, that's something that we learned doesn't really work.
You mean that we didn't actually get good quality because we failed?
Yeah, we didn't get anywhere. We figured that we would both succeed to do our respective tasks, so we just divided it up. But one of us got stuck, and which you probably wouldn't have if we had both swarmed on it. Actually, they don't mention anything about the driver navigator thing. Okay,
so we just pair program and see whoever writes first.
Perhaps you can just mention what the driver and navigator concepts are. When I've done pair programming with people that are read the book on it, one person is the driver, which is the person that is actually holds the keyboard and is focusing on syntax and the nitty-gritty of the algorithm, making the thing compile. While the navigator is the person that holds a notepad, so to speak, okay, where are we going in the grand scheme of things?
Okay, enough talking, I think.
All right, let's create a project. Create a React app.
Yeah, why not?
Actually, let's just delete the old code, RF. Wow, that takes a surprising amount of time.
Yes.
NPM is we pulled in everything. Create React app, fun field. And it's installing.
I'm setting a timer.
And we are go.
I'm in. I think you shared the wrong project with me. I don't know how this works.
Oh.
I'm in fun button.
Okay, hang on. Let's open up code, session.
That took 2 minutes.
Brilliant. NPM start.
Okay, so let's start with the thing that you started with the last time. A coordinate system with some kind of pixels on it. We can click the pixel and change the color of the pixel. So coordinate system and pixels.
Let's actually just start by declaring the coordinate system, maybe.
Yeah, good idea.
Suppose that the state is an object and we call it pixels, perhaps. And I suppose that could be an array with an X.
And a color.
For some reason, this is the only hex code I know from heart. And it was the background color of my first website, sort of. This is the coordinate system.
Call it pixels.
All right, pixels. Yeah, that's better.
Just to stay consistent.
Yeah, all right. And then for each this dot state dot pixels map. I really hate these overlays of Visual Studio. I don't really know why people are so excited about IntelliSense. The point of this is to give me good suggestion for the things, but my code over here is actually good suggestions, and it covers that, and that happens to me all the time with these things. For each pixel, and it's gonna have left pixel.x
times something to set a width and height.
Let's just Yeah, exactly, because we don't want to use, otherwise it's going to be a pain in the ass on mobile, I suppose. Const what are we gonna call it? Like
Pixel size is great. That's great. And set the width and height to pixel size.
Background color. We have a failure. This is not allowed before super.
Yeah, let me just add super up here. Does this look correct?
No, it doesn't. It's positioned to the top.
Perhaps the wrapping div is not.
Oh yeah, you're right. We need to have position absolute.
No position relative, and then the ones underneath are
Oh
position
yeah,
absolute.
you are right. Absolute. Does that look right?
Yes.
2.8?
Yes.
It does. I'm gonna add a few more.
And then we had a color picker. I don't know if this is correct or not, but we did, the way you started last time was that you built the client side part first. So let's just do the color picker and then we're sort of done. And then we can do like the logic afterwards.
What should we have? Here?
Yeah, or the one above. Doesn't matter. The one above.
Oh, I'm just gonna copy paste this. npm install React color. Progress bars are always amazing.
We're 12 minutes in.
All right.
So this is going pretty well.
Requires a peer depend. Screw you. Peer dependencies is so incredibly evil. Okay, duplicate declaration React. Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
All right, GitHub picker is defined but never used, so let's use it. How do we position this thing?
Well, if you click somewhere in the coordinate system, you want to have it next to it.
Yeah, I get that. But my question is, like, how do we place the GitHub picker? Can you just do this? If I do like left here,
yeah,
and go 100, is it gonna go left? No, it's not gonna move. Direction pointer. We could just position it, but then it's gonna be a bit tricky with it because it has a little arrow up here.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we can actually just circumvent that problem by just picking one that doesn't have an arrow. No, it's circle. This looks good. This is playful. Circle picker is not defined.
It's in the render. You call it GitHub picker.
Oh, there we go. Okay, sweet.
So should we like wrap it in something, or can we just use that component and move it around?
I think we're gonna wrap it in something.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to do this, but in the interest of the time, I figure that if we can simplify the app, then in order to avoid a problem, then more power to us.
Yeah, so add the style to the div above.
There we go. Why didn't that move? Oh yeah, it needs to be position absolute.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, what next?
I think that we should add, like, when you click somewhere, you will get the position in the coordinate system, and that way we can update the array of pixels, the states.
All right, so where do we add the on-click handler?
I have no idea.
On-click here.
You are now in the style.
Whoops, pair programming already paying off.
I'm just like a nanny that just keeps you away from doing bad things. Like, no, don't touch that glass. No, that's a knife.
This dot handle pixels clicked. We don't have much place for this console. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. Doesn't seem like the click is registering. Or perhaps it is, and it actually does handle getting an undefined as an on-click handler.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's do a handle pixel click console.log. Nope, it's still nothing is happening actually.
Is it called on click?
Maybe it isn't.
There's something called on change. On click with capital C.
No, it is.
Do we have to have the event?
No, wait a minute. I think I fell into this trap last time. We look at this pixel thing. Do you see that it's just, it doesn't have any height?
Okay, so height 100% and width 100%, should that solve it?
Yeah. Let's try it. Okay, click. It is still, I think it needs to be position absolute in order for that to work.
Okay.
Because width and height doesn't really make sense in the context of a relative. We might be running into problems later because when we want to over scroll from the grid, but whatever.
Yeah, so now that handle pixels clicked should take an event.
Hey, you know what? I kind of know how, like, we're just gonna do it 10,000 pixels.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
So the handle pixels clicked function should take an event.
Oh fuck, my video has stopped. I keep forgetting that. Like I really need a streaming camera because it becomes way too many things to keep in your head at the same time.
So add an event. We will get the coordinates from the event somehow.
Find position of clicked element.
Client Y will return the position relative to the window, not the parent.
I think that this looks sensible.
Yeah, and then we divide that by the pixel size to get where in our coordinate system.
It's gonna have X, it's gonna be event.client Y divided by whatever this was called, pixel size.
And we should math floor both. Or should we seal them? Console log the coordinate and we can just see if it makes sense when we click around.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I think these look sensible.
So if you click the red one, the red pixel, and just make sure that when you click outside of it, it should generate the next coordinate.
5, 3, yeah.
Yeah, and above and below. Yeah. Cool.
Seems to work.
Yeah. Okay, so there we have it. Then we should draw the circle picker where you clicked.
So we need to have a way of positioning the circle picker using state then. The style should have a...
You have the style above it. It's wrapper.
Oh, yeah. So the left position should be something like this dot selected coordinate times pixel size.
Yes.
Dot coordinate dot x. This one's gonna be y. Boom. Cannot read property x of undefined. No, that is because
we haven't set the selected coordinate.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to handle that case. So I'm just gonna do selected coordinate. That? No, or.
No. Shouldn't you have the double ampersand that you should only draw it if you have a selected coordinate?
No, yeah, you're right.
But it should be this dot selected coordinate.
Yeah, it's the thing is it should be, and also I should close my tags correctly. Closing it there, I think.
This has this state selected coordinate, so this should also have this dot state.
Ah, yeah, I get it. Let's just test that. X is like 4, Y is like 9. Then it appears. Does that look like 4 and 9 to you?
Yeah.
So then we need to actually set that. This dot set state. Selected coordinate. And then just coordinate, I suppose.
Yeah.
Whoops, cannot read property set state of undefined. Oh, no. Yeah, a constant standard trap of JavaScript. Done this for many years and still fall into it. So that means that when you do like this, that means that this is not gonna handle pixels, it's gonna lose this context. So the way that you tend to do this is just create a new function on every render that is bound to this. Boom, 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 boom.
Seems to be working. Okay, now when we click...
Can we just revel in for a little while that this is going really well?
Yes. 30 minutes. We just want to get the color from when we're choosing from the...
So how does this work then? React color. On change. You get a color that has a hex property. So go on change. This dot handle color picked.
I do an upsert. If there is one XY, we should overwrite it. Otherwise, we should just insert it.
Yep. So let's just grab the coordinates from this dot state dot pixels dot concat, and we're gonna add a new pixel with x. You can actually just select append it with this dot state dot selected coordinate and give it the color that we have here, which is going to be color.hex. Jesus Christ, this is a lot easier now that we've done it one time. I feel almost like superhuman compared to last time. Oh, I lost David.
Do I have connection? No. What's happening? Where is my connection? I'm back. I love my mother-in-law, but she has the worst Wi-Fi. That's why I'm getting a cable.
Yeah, we are constantly improving our streaming setup for this. Like, we're not used to the format and it's gonna have kinks. But I mean, I'm actually enjoying that a little bit. It feels like I'm sorry, like it feels like when I started YouTubing, like when you're learning so much, like every learning is like have extremely high impact. You just realize that, oh, we did with single pair program, oh, we should get this thing, and like I really like that when it's like moving so fast.
Do you get it to set a color when you click the color picker? No?
Let's see. I need to actually do the set state also. And this dot state dot pixels. Oh, pixel.
If you're setting the state and set only the pixels, do it overwrite the selected coordinate part of the state, or does it just set the pixels field of the state?
It just overrides this part of the state.
Okay.
Whoops. This dot state dot set state is not function. No, that's correct. It's only this dot set state. I expected this to do something.
It's working.
It does?
Yes. For me.
It's working for you?
Yes.
Why is that? That's so weird. It's not working for me.
Just refresh your browser.
Why? What? I need to refresh your browser.
I don't know. It just started working for me. Okay, we have very little time. Don't talk so much. Now we have to hide the color picker once we have clicked and set a color.
We just set the selected coordinate to null.
Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. No, because what I think is happening, because that was happening last time, was that it generates a new click which just sets it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the way I did it last time was that I ignore pixel clicks if selected coordinate there is a selected coordinate. Okay, it's a little bit off though. Why is that?
I think it's because your browser is so small, so it moves inside the picker is wide. Is that why? Because the thing is that when I do it locally, it works for me.
Oh, like I have changed the size a lot.
Yeah, which I said, but you didn't listen to me.
Okay, sorry. I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
I thought that you meant the size of the window.
Yes.
Is this a bug that we should be fixing?
No, because we only have 20 minutes.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
So it's time to add Firebase. So I think let's just skip environment variables. Let's just paste it into the project. We have little time.
Okay, let's paste this in. npmi Firebase. How are we on time?
16.5 minutes.
Whew!
In the blue bar, there's guides.
Ah, here it is. All right, so handle color picked. It's going to, instead of setting the state here, it's going to write to the collection. So it's gonna be like
pixels.
Yeah, state dot pixels. I think you need to do something like this. How do I do? Oh, I need to create a database, and we created it in test mode, and pixels. I don't quite get how to do this. To create or overwrite a single document, use the set. This documentation assumes that I want to insert with a specific doc ID, but I don't want to do that. I just want to add like an arbitrary child to it.
Okay.
Several ways to set the data, add a new document in collection.
Can you do a doc without the ID and it will just work?
Hang on, here is add a document. Oh, that's very simple. It's just add.
Oh.
It's actually a very sleek API. And then it's gonna be this thing, I suppose. And then we just this. I can comment this out for now. We don't have DB. What is it? Firebase dot firestore dot collection. Is it like that?
I think so.
Alright, so I'm gonna click here and see if we get something in the Firestore. Jesus Christ, this thing loads slowly. I should not be reloading it. I'm gonna check for errors in the meantime. Oh god. We have to fix this. Yeah, we need to fix this error. This is not an error, it's just a warning, but it's like it just fills up your console. So
why don't they just add it by default if they like?
I don't know. I think it's just backwards compatibility, I suppose. But why don't they version it instead? Like instead of hassling everyone with this shit.
9 minutes.
9 minutes. Okay. It doesn't fail. Oh, it actually does add them.
I'm adding stuff now. Does it add things?
It does. So then, how do we subscribe to this collection?
You make a query and then you can on snapshot.
Can I do that on a collection?
I think so. Yeah, because that's like querying everything. It's like a query without limitations.
One thing with pair programming is that I tend to get stuck in like focus mode. Now it's several times where you have actually said the solution, but I was just not open to it because I was so focused on problem solving.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a common mistake when you start pair programming. Maybe.
Yes.
On Snapshot.
I liked Snapshot.
Without exception, when I write the word snapshot, I write snapshot first. Doc.data is not a function. This looks very similar. Okay, it's a query snapshot object. Oh yeah. I know why this doesn't work. It's because this example is observing a document while we are observing a collection. So it makes sense for us to have this is a collection, and a collection doesn't have data, it has docs.
Oh yeah.
Call docs is not a function. Shit, it's a query snapshot, which I assume should have docs. Oh, it's because it is not a function. And now we get query document snapshot. So does that have data? Docs.map doc data.
Yeah, that should be right. Yeah, there we have them. Do you want to draw them now, or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to set them in the state.
Okay, the output of the map is what you want to do, set in the state.
Yeah.
So now you should get things if I add stuff, right?
Yes. It's adding stuff now. But I mean, this is it.
We're done.
Like, boom. What is the time?
Oh, we have 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Amazing. Okay, it has bugs.
Yeah. Of course, but like you can't build a complete software package in 1 hour. Like getting a bug-free software with all the features you need, that's hundreds of hours.
Yeah, I love how when you refresh, it doesn't. Can we just fix that? So when you refresh, it just draws the initial pixels.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's try to just... No, let's not jump into that. We did that mistake before. Like, oh, we're just gonna fix one last thing, and then that took ages.
What did we learn? Okay, of course it helps that we did this before, sort of, and failed. And now we just
Holy shit, yes.
knew how to do it. But I think that now in the end, we sort of like dropped the whole navigator driver. It was like you were the driver and I tried to like tag along what you were thinking rather than you listening to me. But,
that is true.
But up until that point, I think it went really well.
I think that a way to break that is to like stop and just constantly ask, what are we doing?
Yeah, which I did eventually, but it took me a long time to realize that.
Yeah, but I mean, that should be my responsibility, because it's so easy to, when you, okay, now I know what we're doing, and now I think I have a grasp of things, to just run ahead.
Yeah.
But then you lose the navigator, and then you lose the support of your navigator.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. I think I have to say one thing about live share. I think the most valuable part is the whole like marking lines.
Yes.
To just show, Lord. Here I am, go here, do this.
Like you didn't really have to type anything.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily all that useful. Also the fact that you can scroll around in the file and look at the parts that I'm not looking at. One thing that is a bit sad with when it feels like this time we felt like, oh, we can actually do this in 1 hour. That means that we become a lot more task-oriented, and you don't have time for chit-chat and like idle banter. It becomes very, like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't become as cuddly and fun as
also like a
when you
dictator,
have, like, a lot of time.
Think about the time. We have to do this.
Yeah. I think that maybe we should like have coffee breaks in it.
Oh yeah.
Like Swedish fika. So like every 20 minutes we do pomodoros.
Yeah.
A forced break in the middle where we just stop the timer and have a cup of coffee.
And eat at least 10 cookies each to get a sugar rush.
And maybe just talk about something different than the code. That would also be interesting.
Yeah, that's probably pretty helpful.
So because we are basically compressing an entire workday into 1 hour, so it would make a ton of sense.
So should we wrap this thing?
Please suggest what you would like us to do in the next episode in the comments or on the Fun forum if you are a patron. You have just watched an episode of Fun Function. We release these every Monday morning, 0800 GMT, but you will forget that, so you can subscribe or watch another episode right now by clicking here. I am MPJ.
And I'm David.
Until next Monday morning, stay curious.